All right, everybody. After the weekend of doom and gloom, and now the market rallies back, and the sell-off of the war has ended already, and all the nonsense that people are talking about. For those who don't know, whenever we have some sort of war, the market usually rallies all the time. It's just funny that the stocks that they rallied were the brokerage stocks. That's the funny part. That and the military stocks. I don't know why they keep taking the Goldman Sachs up. They keep taking these back, but that's their business. Lockheed Martin was up 20, 30 points, whatever it was. It was up high. It was at 692. I said to sell it this morning. I put it up, sell into it, because this will probably end quickly. Anyway, let's talk about the stocks we follow. I'll start with GDC. GDC, Bitcoin's almost 70,000, and someone has the nerve to cross 17,000 lower. These are fraudulent trades, a complete fraud. There was nothing going on. I watch it. There's nothing going on. They're just crossing it. No one's selling this name. Everyone knows the company has a $100 million buyback. When they sell the coins, it'll create a shit show, and they'll just get squeezed. All right, the Bitcoin, they were trying to help it carry. It went to zero. That didn't happen. Now what do you want to do? Bitcoin, 69,142. All right, so that's where we're at now. Getting closer to 70,000 again. Again, I'm not a Bitcoin holder, but learning how to trade this thing is something you should all start to pay attention to. Not that I would buy something that's $60,000. God forbid it gets crushed, you get wiped out. All right, so GDC, complete fraud, no problem. You know what to do. NRGV, the CEO paid 3.25. That's all you need to know. The CEO just paid $3.25 the other day. Not 2 months ago, the other day. It's 313. They tried to push it down 3 times already. The CEO paid $3.25. He's your supreme insider. He's giving you real inside information about the future of the company. He's not a riverboat gambler. He's been buying it, and he's telling you the stock is going higher. He's not here to lose money. He has free shares, but he's paying out of his pocket. So $3.25, that's what he paid. To me, anything you buy below $3.25 is a layup. All right, may not be tomorrow, but again, that's a layup going forward. I talked about that GSIT. Some people would tell me the rumor Lockheed Martin. It's gone below 7. It went up to 864 today. I'm only reporting on it because it is a rumor, and these rumors usually die out, but this one seems to keep moving higher. So I don't own it, just telling you what I'm watching and trying to give you a name to play around with if you want to play with it. That's your business. All right? IBRX, I told you about that the other day. Buy the dip after the bear raid. It was down to 9. The high today was 10.69. You can make another $1 in the stock. Just selling it, buying it back, selling it again, and then go buy some cheap calls, and you don't have to be involved at all. That's the way to play the name. Buy the dip, sell the rip. All right. Obviously, this is a hot sector, cancer, but I put it up this morning. Who's marking it down, a cancer stock, when the world's fighting in wars? That has nothing to do with anything. All right. So again, learn how to have some nerve and buy the stocks that have nothing to do with the events that are going on. Don't get caught up in the whole world is ending nonsense. All right. I've seen this too many times. If you own a stock, if you're short a defense stock and the country's fighting, obviously that's going to get you. But a company that just got a positive approval for fighting cancer, what's that have to do with anything? Nothing. So those are the ones you buy when they're tossing it out the window. When the shorts are beating it up, you jump in on those. All right. HLP, another stock. I put up all the fake trades that are going on. Obviously, today is their bear raid day, selling 100. What they do is selling 100 shares. They're testing to see how big your bid is. That's all they're doing. If you're bidding for 500, they'll say 100. That's how they do it. They never sell you 500 because that shows that there's a seller. There is no seller. They're just doing 100 share lots. Buy the dip. The stock I told you before, I was told by a very important guy to go get long it. That's what I did. I don't have any information about it, but it's a $1 stock. Where's it going? All right. Now let's get on to finger motion and for the reason for the call today. I was told by big insiders that the big holders, the big holders of this company, that look for a board meeting. And today the company put out a press release. They had a board meeting. I didn't even know about it. And when the board meeting happens, that means they will approve the deals, and there should be news following up on this thing. All right, that's all I know. That's what I was told about 3 weeks ago. Look, for when the company has a board meeting, that's probably when they're going to approve the deal, and that's the one Martin Shen's been talking about. I don't know what the I don't know exactly what it is, but that's when they said it will come. Well, there's your news. It's on the tape. It came out this morning. I didn't see it till later on. And, Martin says it was imminent. Well, you got your board meeting. They probably approved it at the board meeting, and next we'll probably see his news based on the agreement, whatever the hell they're working on. I am the second part of that. My friends are working on the crypto, the token, but they needed to wait for the company to finish whatever transaction they're doing, and that's why they signed a letter of intent to start working on a special dividend, a token dividend that's a real-world asset. But they needed the company to finish their transaction, and the company, obviously, we think they finished the transaction now. The board of directors meeting tells me that we're right at the door. All right, the CEO told you it was imminent. The board of directors meeting is basically, my opinion is that this is going down. And you can see 25,000 shares. There's no selling. The manipulators are basically to the sideline. We will put the truck out there. I can't put it this week only because with the war stuff going on, they'll chase the truck away from the SEC. They don't want nothing in their front door. So we'll wait a few days, let this the Iranian thing die down, and then we'll put the truck out there. That'll be for the 24th time. We've been whistleblowing on the fraud from Lynn Partners, Debt Spiral Financing guys, to Hudson Bay, the guys that are shorting against their warrants. We want the SEC to show us the failed the delivers and check out the sell tickets from both those characters. Now, there could be other people here that they're friends that are more powerful that are leaning on it. But again, we know that Lynn Partners was using Benchmark, and we know Hudson Bay was using Roth Capital. That's how they got involved in the deal. Now, we don't know their brokers that they're shorting versus their warrants, but we know they're not shorting enough because the short interest is 1.2 million, and they have 2 million warrants. So we know that they're not straight up short. And the short interest in Finger Motion has been the same for a while, about 1 million shares. Some guy just recently added some more at the low. So they're selling it at 115, and they're going to have to buy it back higher. They're giving you the gift. Listen, if naked shorts are not going to be covered, all right, then the whole system is going to collapse, all right, because no one wants to invest in the U.S. equity market. It's a complete fraud. So we'll keep the pressure on the SEC. If the SEC didn't know we had a problem, if the SEC didn't think we had a problem, they would have came after us and shut us down years ago. All right, because we've been saying it. This will be for the 24th time, calling out unsettled trades in FNGR, along with calling out the crooks. All right, so you know the problem's here. It's just imagine how big it is. Well, we know they don't cover anything. You can see it. It's 25,000 shares. If you were short this stock at $2, why wouldn't you buy back 100,000 down here? And when it runs back up to 2, you can resell it again. That's what a real short seller does. They all do that. They just don't stand like the Statue of Liberty and do nothing. They trade around their positions. If they short, when the market sells off, they buy it back. When it runs up, they sell it again. The shorts in this name are just two characters, Lynn Partners and Hudson Bay and whoever their backer is. All right, that's it. And between the two of them, they're both standing tall. They don't even flinch. But when they do panic, and they will, just like the IBRX was below 6, they panicked. It went up to, where did it go up to 1070 recently, right? Wherever it went to, maybe $12. I don't even know if that was the high. But they always panic. They wait till the last second, and then all of a sudden they panic. Finger Motion tells me they're waiting till the last second, and then they're going to panic. While they're giving it to you, I'm a firm believer you buy it when they're still selling. Because when they stop selling, the stock is just going to take off. That's how it works. And when you go to panic and you try to cover when it's running, that's when you lose the most amount of money. Go ask the Beyond Meat people who are paying $7 and $8 for it. It's 88 cents. All right? Never chase it. You got to buy it when no one wants it. And right now, it's sitting here doing nothing. When you chase it, that's when you get your ass. That's when you get your ass handed to you. Buy it when there's no one around. If you don't want to buy it, that's your business. I could care less. But if you're going to learn how to trade the market, you got to buy it when no one wants it. HLP, buy it when no one wants it. You get to 126, they push it back down. The shorts are telling you that they got a problem by the manipulation that you can see it. You got to buy it when they don't want it. NRGV, below 325, you buy it when they don't want it. GDC, the company's got a $100 million buyback. You buy it when no one wants it. There's plenty of them out there. You can go chasing Goldman Sachs and all the high flyers, knock yourself out. You're going to win once, you'll make $1 or $2, and then when they pull the plug, you lose 6 or 7. That's the game that most of you can't play. All right, we all played that game before. It's very dangerous, and if they don't know what you're doing, you're going to get killed because most of you don't know how to sell and take a loss. That's the hardest thing in this game when you're trading those big names. Oh, it's going to rally back. They go tell to the people that bought Goldman at 950 that it's going to rally back up to new highs and it'll crash back down. All right, you got to be careful on these names because they pull the plug real quick. All right, the names that are beaten up already, those are the ones you have to buy. I told you, real stocks are going down. All the small caps are going to go up. There's going to be margin problems. There's going to be investigations. There's no way that Trump is going to let the stock market collapse. All he has to do is call in and force stock settlement. The market rallies. That's his ace that he's holding in his hand. You know what? His company, if he's not going to give a shit about it, why should we give a shit about it? It went down to 1020 today. He's buried every person that voted for him because they're the ones that bought this stock. All he has to do is call in and force stock settlement, and I believe he's going to do it. Now, I can't tell you what day he's going to do it, but he's not that stupid. Everyone's screaming about it. The SEC knows about it. There's no IPOs. Trump has no choice, but soon he's going to have to do it. I think he's waiting to see if the market's going to hold up, if the economy is going to hold up, and that's when he's going to force the issue, because everyone that yells that the stock market's collapsing, he can turn it on a dime. All right? He's using that as an ace in his hand. That's what I believe in. All right? So I touched on everything. King of Motion, again, the reason I had the call, I was told that once there's a board meeting, look for the deal to be approved. There was a board meeting. The company announced it this morning. I didn't even see it. Someone brought it to my attention, and that's why I said we need to have a call, because I was told about this 2 weeks ago from the big holders saying, hey, look for a board meeting. That means that it's coming, that it's complete. So there it is. I'm going on a gut. I'm going on what I heard, and I believe that this thing will probably happen now. And the CEO told you it's imminent. It's right there. I retweeted it 9,000 times. All right, everyone? So you know exactly what I know. All right? You want to be there? Be there. You don't want to be there? Don't be there. I don't care. But whatever you do not chase the name. If the stock starts to rip to $5, $6, $7, and you start chasing it, and they pull the plug, and it goes down, and then goes back up, because a short squeeze could have many head fakes in it. It could be a rocket, or it can spike up, drop down, spike up, go back down, then take off. But when you chase it, that's when you get hurt. Buying it when nothing's going on, that's the safest place. All right, so you know it all. Everyone, have a great day. I'm watching and waiting. Thank you.